Hi everybody. So this is just another update. I have some news. We I went to the doctor. I'm sorry, the ER on the second for a lot of cramping. I don't know if I mentioned it in my other video, but whenever I got there, they did a quantitative. They did not do an ultrasound or anything, but they did a quantitative, and it came back at 100, which is fine. Um, However, a couple nights ago, I had some bright red spotting. So I went to the ER. This time it was a different ER. And, sorry, went to the ER and they did another quantitative and they did an ultrasound this time. The quantitative came back at, I believe it was 3647, which is really, really good because that was only a week ago that, or a week before the second hospital visit was on the 9th. So that was only a week's, difference between the first quantitative and the second quantitative. And that means that they're doubling on average about every 32 hours, which is really, really good. Because I don't know if you know, but HCG levels generally double about every 48 to 72 hours. So 32 hours is really, really good. So on the second ER visit, when they did the ultrasound, they only saw a gestational sac. There was nothing in it. There was no yolk sac, no fetal poles, obviously no heartbeat because there was none of the other things, which is fine. The gestational sac measured 5 millimeters, which they said was too early to date, but they referred me to one of their OBs, which is fine because I wanted to, check out that hospital Anyway, um, I went to the OB today, this morning, and they did another ultrasound just to see what they could see, and they did another quantitative. I don't get the results back for the quantitative until tomorrow morning, but during the ultrasound, they obviously, because it was only a day, difference, they saw an empty gestational sac as well. However, they dated me, and they said that I was right around 5 weeks and 2 days or 5 weeks and 3 days, and I'm going with the 5 weeks 3 days one because I know that I probably ovulated on the 20th because I was charting cervical mucus at that time, and so that makes sense. I wasn't for sure that I had ovulated on the 20th, but the ultrasound matches up perfectly, so I'm just going back and adding 2 plus 2 and everything makes sense, that I would have ovulated on the 20th now. And so that makes my due date about Mother's Day, and that's May 11th, which is really cool because Alina was born on Memorial Day, and which was May 28th that year. And so anyway, the radiologist at the emergency room that night even said that he thought that with the HCG numbers that I had, as well as the ultrasound, that it looked more like a really early pregnancy rather than an early miscarriage. So at the doctor's office today, they said pretty much the same thing, and they're going to call me back for another ultrasound when I'm about 7.5 weeks, which is in 2 weeks. And they said that hopefully we'll see a heartbeat and everything then, and we can positively rule out miscarriage then, which I would hope that if I were having a miscarriage now, that by 2 weeks from now it would have already resolved itself. So, which I'm not having any more spotting, any more cramping. I feel fine other than my pregnancy symptoms, which have tripled over the past few days, specifically today. Um, this morning when I woke up, I had severe nausea, like that authentic morning sickness type nausea, the kind where as soon as you roll out of bed, you're fine until you hit your feet hit the floor, and then it's just super nausea for like hours. And I was like that. and it was so bad I wanted to throw up, but I was fighting it. I was just so used to fighting the nausea that I couldn't throw up. And I have Zofran for the nausea, and generally, like with Alina's pregnancy, I would take it, and 10, 15 minutes later, I wouldn't be nauseated anymore. Not this morning. This morning, I stayed that way for like an hour, and um, I didn't even think I was going to be able to make it to my appointment because I was so nauseated. I had to drive myself up there. I was so nauseated, I just didn't even think I was going to be able to make it. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I was just nauseated. That was all I could think about, was trying not to throw up and how bad I wanted to throw up. Um, Other than the nausea, I'm super, super, super tired. Like, I have slept pretty much all day since I got back from the doctor, and I'm still tired. Um, I feel like I could sleep for days, and I don't remember being quite this tired with Alina's pregnancy. I just don't remember that. I remember this with my first pregnancy, the pregnancy that I miscarried, but I don't remember it with her. So, um, I'm really moody, mostly really mad all the time, just like over the smallest little things. And my husband, he'll say something to me, and I just snap. And the only person I don't snap on is Alina, and she's pretty much the only one that can make me happy no matter how bad I'm feeling. Um, but oh, by the way, she's asleep right now. It's really late, so I just thought I would do this video. But we are trying to potty train her right now, and this is not the first day or anything. I mean, we've been working a little bit off and on for a few weeks now, and she knows what the potty is. She knows what she's supposed to do with the potty, but she is so used to using the diaper and, standing up to go pee, that she doesn't want to go pee in the potty. She doesn't want to sit down and use the potty. She would rather stand up and pee on the floor or in her diaper rather than sit down and pee in the potty. So we've been making her sit there, playing with her and keeping her attention off of getting up and running around and playing until she eventually goes and uses the potty. But I'm kind of lost as far as that goes, because I know she knows what to do, and if anybody knows any more tricks or tips for that, or if it's just going to take time, if I'm going in the right direction, it's just going to take time, let me know. Because I mean, this is my first time ever trying to potty train a baby, a child, so just let me know. And I know that she's holding it when she sits on the potty, because she goes like every 10 minutes, and she can sit on the potty for 30 minutes or 40 minutes and not go. And most days she just fusses so much that we just let her get up, and we're just like, we'll try again later. And as soon as we put the diaper on her, she pees in the diaper. So I know that she's holding it, intentionally holding it. So I know that she's at that point right now where she can tell when she's got to go, and she can hold it. It's just getting her to use the potty is the step that we're at, and I'm lost. Because my husband, he works all day, and he tries to help me, but he doesn't know how to, potty train a little girl. And I'm pretty much the one doing it. I'll do it about once every 30 minutes all day, and that's how I've been doing it with her. Like every 30 minutes I'll sit her on the potty and wait and wait and wait and let her go pee in the potty, and then, congratulate her and cheer and everything, and, she gets up, and 30 minutes later we'll do it again, and she seems to get more and more agitated every time we do it. So, just to help me out, I know this is kind of off topic, but I really need some help with this. What else? Oh, if anybody knows how to do the process of getting a labor coach or a doula, let me know, because I really need one. Like, not need one, but I really want one for this labor. I one of the problems that I had when I was delivering Alina was I didn't have anybody there talking to me and coaching me, talking me through all of the pain. Kevin, my husband, he wasn't there. He was freaking out. I mean, he was just downstairs, like, smoking cartons of cigarettes. And my parents hadn't gotten there yet until after I got the epidural. And that was, like, 12 hours in. And I didn't have anybody. I was at a hospital that doesn't really do that kind of thing. I mean, they are more medical oriented than natural oriented. So I didn't have anybody there to help me. The only thing that I had was a nurse whenever I came in, or whenever I asked for the epidural. She's like, "Do you really want to get it? I think you could hold off." That's about the best I had. So, and that really wasn't helping me at that point. That wasn't talking me through it. I really needed somebody there, like coaching me on and telling me I could do it, and rubbing my back, and because I had back labor with her, and helping me walk around, which they refused to let me do at the hospital. So if anybody knows, I don't know the slightest thing about getting a labor coach or a doula, about the process of going and getting them, or about how much they cost to be hired. I don't know anything about that. So if anybody knows, I mean, I have a couple friends who have had natural births, but none of them have ever had a labor coach or a doula. So if anybody knows, just let me know. I would really, really appreciate it, because I'm determined to have a natural delivery this time. I do not want an epidural. I did not enjoy it. I hated that experience. It made me sleepy. It made me kind of unfocused. I had a reaction to it to begin with whenever they first gave it to me that I did not enjoy at all. I mean, shaking and being numb from here down, it was just not fun. And the nausea and everything that it brought on. And then after that, all of the added medications they had to give me to counteract the reaction, the nausea, the everything. It just, and then afterwards, I had to sleep for like 12 hours, often, I mean, as much as I could, because the doctors were in and out. I just did not enjoy it. I would have much rather been in a very natural-oriented place, with somebody that was there helping me, talking me through it, so that I could have enjoyed labor like I wanted to, and enjoyed delivery like I wanted to, and looking back on memories of labor not being foggy because I had an epidural. So I really, really want to do that. And I would prefer a water birth, but, I mean, if that's unavailable, an unmedicated birth would be just as fine, as long as I have the proper education and everything about it, and how to go about, getting through, how to go about getting through everything. I have to plug my phone up. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, so my phone was about to die, so I didn't want to like lose this video in the middle of it. But yeah, if anybody knows how to do or how to go through the process of doing that, I would really, really appreciate it. And because I feel like I need that information, because I don't know if I'm actually going to deliver at this hospital or at a birthing center. I've really thought about it, because I don't know right now if they're going to classify me as high risk, because they think that, I forgot to mention this, they think that I may have a clotting disorder, a disorder that prevents my blood from clotting the way it should be, because I had postpartum hemorrhage with my miscarriage. I had postpartum hemorrhage with Alina, and I bled in her pregnancy as well. So they're kind of concerned that something else may be going on. So I'm not sure right now if they're going to classify me as high risk. So I don't know if a birth center is even an option at this point, but I will see as the weeks go by, and hopefully everything is okay, and hopefully I get to do everything like I want to. But please just leave in the comments how the process of going about that, and some potty training tips if you have any. And because keep in mind, she's only 15 months old. That's why we haven't done like the sticker chart or anything like that. I think maybe she would be more interested in having the stickers herself than actually seeing them and understanding them going up on a chart and understanding what that means. Because I really don't think she would be interested in seeing stickers going up on a piece of paper and her not being able to touch them or do anything with them or play with them. And she's like still hands-on at that hands-on stage. Um, but I know that really none of you know that I knit and crochet, but I'm working on a coming home outfit for this baby that to me is in a gender neutral color. It's in a baby blue, and depending on, I may just trim it in white because I think baby blue and white could go with either a girl or a boy. Um, so it's a knit onesie, and it's long sleeves, and I will be doing a hat and booties to match. When we find out the gender, it will be monogrammed, more than likely. I'll show you what color it is. I have to find it. Oh. Yeah, it was under here somewhere. But this is it. It's kind of rolled up right now. Yeah, I mean, you can't really see the shape or anything, but this is just the back. And, like I said, you can't see the shape of it or anything, but this is the color. And it's really soft. It's a baby yarn. I've only been knitting and crocheting since after Elena was born, so I never got to make her things like this whenever she was a newborn. So, yeah, whenever I get it done, I will show it. I will debut it in one of my updates. But until then, I will update whenever I know some more information, and hopefully next week, when hopefully everything goes fine, hopefully I will do my 5-week. We'll just call this my 5-week update. No, we'll call this part of my 4-week update. I don't know whatever the last title video is. We'll just add this on to that one. It'll be like a part 2 or whatever. But and then next week I will do, at the beginning of my 6 weeks, I will do my 5-week update. So, and once again, I'm not going to show my belly because there's really nothing to show you. I mean, I'm not growing yet or anything. But, yeah, my ultrasound is scheduled on the 25th. So, I will do an update in a few days from now, and then I think the next one will be around the time of my ultrasound. So, anyway, going to wrap this video up. Like I said, just leave me some tips and everything in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Bye.